All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue Year 8 with our Arizona Coyotes, barely making it into the playoffs with a record of 36 wins, 33 losses, and 13 overtime losses. All right, so if you add up the regulation losses and the overtime losses, we were way below 500 this year. But our division was very weak. We managed to make it into the playoffs. That's all I wanted to do. We won the President's Trophy in the Stanley Cup last year. I wasn't really worried about the President's Trophy this year. I wanted to make back into the playoffs and see if we can go on a deeper run. But at the trade deadline, it seemed like the roster that we had just wasn't getting it done. So I was kind of put in a position where I was forced to make a trade, and some comments about that. So you know what? I'll read some comments here in the fan art. We'll get out of the way before we get to the playoffs. First comment: Jesus Christ, this might be the worst trade that you've ever done. You gave too much for those players. So the trade was basically Ryan Pilon, our former third overall pick, and Tyler Toffoli for Chris Letang and McMillan. All right, so I can see how I did give up a little bit much, but you know, Ryan Pilon was going to be a career top 6. We move up from a top 6 defenseman to a top 4 in Chris Letang, right? So I realized that Chris Letang is older, but I wanted to try to make the or win the Stanley Cup this year, right? So I think the upgrade from Pilon to Letang is good for this year. I can see how it might not be good for the future, but we have those 3 young defensemen down in the AHL that can replace Pilon. So that's why I didn't mind getting rid of Ryan Pilon. And Tyler Toffoli, you know, he's 29 years old with 4 years left. He's still young. He can get it done, but I just had too many snipers in that top 6. So I wanted to get a two-way forward and a power forward. And I did my scouting, and there was really no two-way forwards that I could find. And this power forward that just so happened to be on the same team as Chris Letang, right? So it made sense that I could pick them both up. And yes, I agree that the power forward is not as good overall as Tyler Toffoli, but he's 86 overall and he's 23 years old, right? So he's still young. We picked this guy up. He can play for the next 10 years on the Arizona Coyotes. So it's not like a steal of a trade, certainly, but I still think it's an okay trade, all right? Next comment. Johnny, I'm going to get some hate for this, but you need to get rid of Barzal while he has value. What the hell? Matthew Barzal? So Ryan Pilon's been traded, and now they're saying to get rid of my second overall pick from year number 1. He is not a good first-line player, and he's probably one of the worst second-line centers you've had. Pavelski, DeCall, Barkov, those are good second-line centers. Don't be fooled by his overall. When was the last time he had a genuine, satisfactory season? Well, the guy's still young, I suppose. Let's take a look at Barzal's stats here. He's 89 overall. He's 24 years old. I'm hoping that he can still get a little bit better. I think this guy... I see what he means, because Barzal does have an inflated overall by some stats. Like if you look at his slap shot power or his wrist shot power, 99, 96. But then his accuracy is only 80 and 86, right? He's a really fast player, but his strength is not really... 80 for strength is not bad. Defensive awareness, I mean, it's the passing category. Yeah, okay, it's the passing category. Passing, puck control, hand-eye. As a playmaker, you want that passing category to be 90 or better, all right? And satisfactory season, I mean, 64 points, 52 points. I see what you mean. But I don't want to guarantee, but I think that if we took off Corey Perry and Anze Kopitar from this team, and he really was the only 89 overall player, I think the simulation would give him more points. We just have so many point scorers on this team, it's got to divvy it up a little bit, right? But that's an interesting comment. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that as well. And then we have the fan art. First one, goodbye, Pilon and Toffoli. Hello, Chris Letang. I guess there's no picture for McMillan, but good job on that one. The next one, Corey Perry with the C. I don't think so. Keith Yandel is still the captain of this team, son. If he wasn't, I would have traded him a long time ago. Arizona Coyotes, Chris Letang, 2021-2022 picked up. Yeah. Ryan Pilon, hashtag bye-bye, hashtag won't miss you. Oh my God, that's mean. The guy helped us win a Stanley Cup. I got no problem with Ryan Pilon. He just didn't turn out to what we wanted him to be, but he was still a good NHL player. There's nothing wrong with the top 6 defenseman, man. What the Ryan Pilon? And Ryan Pilon, he was our future, but now he's our past. All right, I like that one. That's pretty cool. All right, so there you go. There are the comments. There are the... what's it called? There's the fan art. So let's let's simulate a day here. I already did the line changes. I'm going to go back with Barzal, McMillan, and Yakupov on the first line. And just like last year's playoff run, if we run into trouble, then Kopitar and Corey Perry and Petrie go up on the first line, all right? Let's see if the Anaheim Ducks have any injuries to deal with. We don't have any. And also, that trade that I had, you know, we picked up a lot of depth players from the Pittsburgh Penguins. So if an injury happens, we have a few more NHL-ready players like Matt Bolesky. All right, so it was definitely a trade to help win the Stanley Cup this year, and I guess that's why people are disagreeing with it. All right, so Hampus Lindholm is one player that they're injured. Yeah, Hampus Lindholm, post-concussion syndrome, May 26th. Let's see, May 26th. Yeah, you know what? I could do some damage without them having Lindholm. He might be back for Game 6. Maybe Game 5. I doubt Game 5, all right? But maybe Game 5. All right, so we did a little bit of an intro here. Hang on one second. I actually forgot something. We didn't take a look at the Anaheim Ducks roster, so we'll quickly just do that right now. All right, let's see what the Anaheim Ducks are all about here. So well, they don't have their Corey Perry anymore. We stole that from them. But their first line, Jacob Silverberg, 89 sniper. Wow, he actually got pretty good in this. M. Winther, 84, not the greatest. And Kyle Palmieri, 86 two-way forward. So it looks like they're really hurting from not having the Ryan Getzlaf, Corey Perry combination anymore. All right. But still, I guess Silverberg ain't bad. He's not a bad sniper. Second line, Sorensen, Shepard, and Sprong. There it is. All right, we're going to have to watch out for Sprong. That was the player that we traded along with a first overall pick or a first round pick for Corey Perry last year. All right, he's still 84 overall. And he's on that second S line, Sorensen, Shepard, and Sprong. All right, so that's going to be interesting. We got to keep an eye on him. Third line, Nick Ritchie, Laakkonen, and Baron. All right, again, power forward, two-way forwards. Interesting. These guys may be good defensively. They got a lot of two-way forwards in that lineup. And then the fourth line, Fratton, Dove, McFalls, and Assman. L. Assman. You know, two-way forwards on the fourth line, a grinder, two-way forwards all up the middle, two on the... Oh, yeah, they got a ton of two-way forwards and power forwards. So I hope that we can score goals on these guys. Cam Fowler and Shishkinov, all right, two offensive defensemen, so that actually might help us out a little bit. Might be able to get some shots on the target. Allen, Walsh, an 80 and an 83, that's not really the greatest, and an 80 and a 79, Donovan and Dahlbeck. So they really don't have the greatest roster here, does Anaheim, but they have 45 wins on the season. What about, yeah, that's why, Gibson. All right, so Gibson is like... He's like one of the best goalies in the world in this game now, all right? So a 92 overall goaltender with all those two-way forwards. The question is, are we going to be able to score goals? I think we should. Well, you know what? You know what? That's actually dangerous because the whole year we've been allowing goals, right? So this could be an actual kind of a weird series here because they may be able to keep the puck out of the net. And even though they don't have that many studs up front, you know, we've been susceptible to allowing a lot of goals this year, especially on the penalty kill. So their power play is going to have Silverberg, maybe Sprong on it, those two offensive defensemen. It's going to be an interesting series, all right? So the 36-33-13 Arizona Coyotes going up against the 45-33-4 Anaheim Ducks. Round one on the road. I'd say we still have the not the advantage, but we're not the underdog. We're the defending Stanley Cup champions, all right? So let's go, boys. First period. All right, Kyle Palmieri, their first liner, gets a goal for them. All right, shots are 11-8, so they're out shooting us as well. Come on now, boys, answer back. Second period. All right, we got one. Lou Morris, fourth liner, gets a deflection. Winther, though, so their first line is responsible for 2 goals. Not too shabby. Come on now, boys. Third period. Anze Kopitar, Corey Perry against your old team on the road. I know you want to score in that building. Third period, 12 minutes, 10 minutes, penalty kill. Good job, boys. Too many penalties. Come on. Oh, 3 penalties to end the game. What are you guys thinking? And the Anaheim Ducks win game number 1, 2-1. All right, so we weren't able to get any offense going from our top 6 at all. Lou Morris gets a goal from Roussel, and we take 3 third-period penalties to end the game. Thank you very much, referees. Thank you very much. All right, so, yeah, we lost that first game. I think I'm going to do it. This is an important year for us. I wanted to give Matthew, before the video started, I went back and edited the lines, and I wanted to give Matthew Barzal the chance on that first line, but you know what, man? I'm not gonna chance it. Let's give Corey Perry, Kopitar, and Petrie the chance. All right, these guys are the leaders, man. They really are. They get it done for us. I'm just gonna go with them. All right. I want to give Kopitar the chance to get better by playing in the playoffs, but man, he's just not getting it done. I mean, Barzal. There you go. Seems like our playoff performers have been our veterans, especially last year. All right, round number 1. Who was it against? It was against Chicago in round number 1. Corey Perry really showed up. All right, so there's the changes. Kopitar, Corey Perry, and Petrie on the first line now. So I'm putting all my big guns on the first line. Come on now, Petrie. You're no longer a young gun, Petrie. You're an 89 sniper. Same thing with Nail Yakupov. I need some goals from you guys. All right, it's time for you guys to take over, Corey Perry. First period. All right, there you go, McMillan. All right, our power forward opens up the goal scoring in the top 6. Good job, McMillan. Good job. Second period, and we're out shooting. No, it's pretty close. Second period. All right, there you go. Zadorov. All right, so we got a goal from the point. They got 1 power play goal. The good thing is that we got the lead now. Now, we're going to need to get some more goals here, boys. I don't think that we're going to be able to shut them down completely here. Keep on pouring the pucks on John Gibson. There you go, power play. Oh my God, Jacob Silverberg. I was going to say, let us end the game with 3 power plays. What the hell? Sprong! Oh my God. Sprong gets a goal in the third period. There you go, tied up by McMillan. Good job, buddy. Hang on. This is a game here. This is a game. It's going overtime. No, it's not! Andre Kopitar! He scores with 19 seconds left to give the Arizona Coyotes the Game 2 victory. That's a big comeback win right there. That's a big win. All right, you got to leave Kopitar on the first line, boys. This guy is amazing. And McMillan has a 2-goal game, all right? So this is going to be the what's it called? The trial of McMillan, you know? This guy's coming into a team that won the Stanley Cup last year. All the eyes are on him. We traded Toffoli and Ryan Pilon to get this guy. Also get Chris Letang, but that guy, you know, he's going to hopefully be a big key of the top 6 for the next 8 years, right? So this is his time to shine, and he's got 2 goals so far. That was a big game. If we fell down 2-0 there, that might have been something serious. That was a big comeback right there. All right, game 3. Keep it up. We got home ice. The fans love seeing us in the playoffs. Another consecutive year. First period. Yeah, baby. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. All right. This guy on the first line. This guy he could be our captain, but Keith Yandel's still here. Second period. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Corey Perry. Yeah, you got to put Corey Perry and Kopitar on the first line. They get it done. Corey Perry, 2 goals, and Chris Letang gets a big power play goal. We got a 3-goal lead going into the third period. Come on now, Brendan Hope. Come on now. Oh, that's a quick one. James Shepard gets a quick one. I think his first name is James. Gets a quick one. Penalty kill. Good job, boys. Penalty kill. It's a long one. Fuck. What did you guys do? Why are we taking McMillan gets an empty netter? Why are we taking so many freaking penalties in the third period? Just like game number 1. There was like three penalties to end it there. We had like a 5-minute major at the end. I want to see this. Hang on. Penalty summary at the third period. What are you guys? What the hell? These refs are on freaking coke, man. They really are. How you gonna call? How you gonna call 8 penalties towards one team and only 2 the? I'm sure you could find another 2 for the freaking Anaheim Ducks in that game, man. Jesus. Charging. Zadorov gets a charging major in the third period. What the hell are you thinking? Then Chris Letang gets a 5-on-3. We killed it off at the end of the game. Oh my God, you idiots. We are a non-disciplined team this year, man. Jesus. Maybe that was the reason our penalty kill was so bad. Taking all these damn penalties. All right. Well, the good news is that we're up 2-1 in the series. A wild game 3 and a wild game 2. Now, our home ice advantage again. Let's take a stranglehold around this series, boys. All right, we're the Arizona Coyotes. We're the best team in the NHL. I don't care about that regular season record. Yeah, baby! Anze Kopitar opens up the goal scorer. Good job. First period. All right, I'll take that. Anze Kopitar and Lucas Petrie. Good job, Petrie. And is it Dylan Sprong or Dylan Sprong, right? David Sprong? I completely forget. That's his second goal of the series, though, so he's trying to keep up with Corey Perry, trying to show him up. Second period. Yeah, baby! But Corey Perry answers, and Bo Horvat. So we're getting some depth goal scoring now. First line, second, and third line, actually. Second line's been quiet. We got the 3-goal lead in the third period again, though. Brendan Hope. I mean, you got the routine +1, man. You won the Conn Smythe last year. You got the experience, all right? You got all these people saying that you're crap. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I think this guy is a real deal, especially when it comes to the playoffs. Nail Yakupov puts the game out of reach, and the Arizona Coyotes, he gets too late. Yakupov, don't get ahead of yourself, man. I want those 2 goals in the first period when it's a 0-0 game. I don't want 2 goals in the third period when it's already 4-2. Yeah, you got 2 points, fine, fair enough, but still, I want them earlier. But we're playing great right now. We've won 3 in a row. We're beating the Anaheim Ducks up. This is what I'm talking about. I figured this. Doesn't matter what the regular season holds in store for us. We are a playoff team, all right? Once we're in the playoffs, with the amount of studs that we have, with the real-time simulation, I think we can win games, all right? So we're up 3-1 in the series. Let's go to Anaheim. Let's end it so we can avoid injuries, all right? Come on, boys. Here we go. First period. There you go. Good job. McMillan gets another one. Kopitar gets another one. They have to start the second period on the power play, all right? Second period. All right, I'll take that. Lucas Petrie gets one. Lackinen gets one for them. Coming down to the third period. We're up by 1. We can move off to the second round. This would be huge. This would be huge. Come on. Oh, Shishkinov. Fucking, I want to put him on a shish kebab, that fucking Shishkinov. Come on now, power play. Oh, my God. Matt Fratton, you're going to let the fourth liner get a goal on us? You got to be shitting me. Last minute tie. Oh, my God. And Winther gets an empty netter. And the Anaheim Ducks fight back in the third period. And we allowed 2 goals in the third. We didn't get any offense in the third period, though. We got 3 goals. Man, I'm not liking this now. Now it's a 3-2 series, and they have a good enough team. They can steal 2 in a row, man. They definitely can. And I mean the next 2. They got John Gibson on the team. We were able to solve him. You know what? We've been able to score goals on him, except for game number 1. As soon as Kopitar and Perry are on the first line, we get goals. All right, so I got to have faith in this team. No, I got to have faith in this team. End of story. I'm having faith in the team. No line changes. No line changes whatsoever. What we are going to do is real-time simulations, though, now. All right, here we go. Come on now, boys. Come on, a penalty kill. Good job, boys. Good job. Come on. We're on home ice. We can clinch the second round. It would be very good on a defense of a Stanley Cup to get to the second round, not have an embarrassing first round exit. McMillan gets another one on the power play. I think we had like a major or something like there. It was a long one. Baby Matthew Barzal, his first of the series, and it's a big one. Dove McFalls, fucking fourth line center. All right, come on now. Yeah, baby, Lucas Petrie. McMillan, Barzal, Petrie. That's the future now. McMillan's showing that he's a playoff performer, boys. That's the future. I'm not stopping the sim. I'm not stopping it. Brendan Hope, now it's time for you. Oh, no, Kyle Palmieri gets a goal. Not another 3-goal third period for Anaheim. Come on, boys. Shut them out. Shut them out. Shut them out. Yeah, and the Arizona Coyotes beat the Anaheim Ducks in 6 games to move off to the second round. All right. No embarrassing season for us. We had an embarrassing, a regular season, but we're a team. We're a good team. McMillan from Yandel and Barzal. Barzal from Yandel and Strome. Petrie from Letang and Kopitar. So Barzal had 2 points there in a big game 6. Yandel had 2 points. Oh, yeah. Hang on 1 second. Woo! That was good. I did not want to lose that series. And after game 1, I was a little bit worried, but you know what, man? I swear we got to leave Kopitar and Corey Perry on the first line. Once we do that, we get goals. Look at this. This first game, we only had 1 goal for. Then we got 4. Then we got 5. Then we got 6. Then we got 3 in a loss. We just allowed a lot of goals. And then the last game, we got 3 again. So once Kopitar and Corey Perry were on that line, we didn't get less than 3 goals in a game. So yeah, I mean that's why that's why I held on to these guys. That's why I haven't traded them away. All right, and now all this talk about Matthew Barzal. So you can't trust a young gun to get it done. Once you see a player who's got the stats that you know can help you win a Stanley Cup, you got to hold on to that player, man. The Stanley Cup's more important than trading for rookies. All right, absolutely. So we're off to the second round. Let's see who we're going up against here. And we didn't have any injuries in that, and we have some time off here as well, which is good news. Good news. All right, next day. This should be right here. There it is. The Nashville Predators. And we actually have home ice advantage against Nashville. They made it into the playoffs with 37 regulation losses. Oh, my God. The Eastern Conference took all the points this year. All right, so Stats Central. Let's take a look at the player stats for the playoffs, all right? I'm telling you, Anze Kopitar, Corey Perry, you're going to love these 2 guys. And how about McMillan? McMillan, you know, the interesting thing about McMillan is he's not playing with Kopitar and Perry. That's Petrie. He's playing alongside of Barzal and Yakupov, right? So McMillan, look at that. And who thinks it's a bad trade now, jackasses? Huh? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. 5 goals in 6 games played for 8 points. We needed to get a power forward or a two-way forward amongst all those snipers and playmakers. Absolutely. Anze Kopitar still getting it done, boys. Still getting it done. 6 points in 6 games played. Lucas Petrie, 5 points in 6 games played. Matthew Barzal, 5 points in 6 games played. He had 2 points there in game number 6. But he's playing alongside of McMillan and Yakupov, all right? So they're a little bit slow. Dylan Strome, 3 points, very nice. Corey Perry, 3 goals, no assists. I don't care. Corey Perry's still getting it done, even at 85 overall. I don't care, man. He's getting it done. Lou Morris had a big. Well, I didn't have a big goal. That was the one goal that we lost in game number 1, right? Yeah. Chris Letang. So far in round number 1, the trade for Letang and McMillan paid off huge. All right, McMillan was our leading forward, and Letang was our leading defenseman. So Toffoli and Pilon, it was a hard trade to make, but at least it paid off for round number 1. And Keith Yandel, even at 82 overall, still second on the defenseman in points with 5 assists, all right? And he's a +1. So Captain Keith, man, I'm holding on to him. Captain Keith. Brendan Hope, 2.54 goals against, so we allowed a lot of goals, but he had a good save percentage, 92.05, all right? So we allowed a lot of shots on net there. Had some goals against, but you know what? I don't care. We're off to the second round, and now we have the Nashville Predators. Hopefully Nashville doesn't have Pekka Rinne. Hopefully they don't have Shea Weber anymore, all right? And other than that, I mean, unless they've probably drafted some people by now, but at 37 losses on the regular season, that's a team that we can beat, man. And now you're talking about the Western Conference Finals again. After we won the Stanley Cup last year, it's turning out to be a very good back-to-back years for the Arizona Coyotes, man. That was a big series against the Anaheim Ducks, all right? So your Final Four, and Chase Marchand and the Colorado Avalanche have been eliminated, so we don't have to worry about running into a stud goalie. But Arizona versus Nashville, Winnipeg versus St. Louis, and in the East you got Buffalo versus Tampa, and the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Carolina Hurricanes. So let me know what you guys think about this team. I think we should no longer. I don't think we should go to Barzal on the first line. I think we should just leave Kopitar on the first line. I want to give first line time to Barzal so he can get better, but there's no doubt. I think everyone would agree with me when I say our team is better with Kopitar and Corey Perry on the first line. And I want to win the Stanley Cup, so I got to go with my best players. So let me know what you guys think about that statement, and I will see you guys in round number 2.